Hello, hello. Karibuni, 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 my Vuta Stool family. How are we doing? How are we today? Naomba mko salama? Mko vyema? Hmm? Taking it one day at a time, as they say. Could be out here. Your girl be out here. Doing the darn thing, as you know. So take a second, take a moment, invite your friends, frenemies too. Let them know what's really good, okay? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all know what it is. So yeah, as for today, man, we got mad updates. But I won't keep you guys long though. That's the good thing. I won't keep y'all long. So welcome everyone. All right, so today I have great news for y'all. I have been teasing on a particular project that I've been working on, and it is officially out. I will tell you guys more about that shortly. So it will be that special announcement, and then obviously the saga going on. Hello, Emeka, I see you. Long time no see. Welcome. I hope you're well. I hope you've been well. Listen, I love my committed followers, my committed support. I see y'all. Yeah, so we'll address the special announcement that I got for y'all. There's the Texas shenanigans, okay, and the Supreme Court back and forth going on. Yes, there's that too. And then I had the Harp's Let's Harp About It session today. Fam, if you missed it, please go check it out. I'll also share it on my story time because family, it was lit. I had Secretary Brandon Flood on today, and we were talking about the Pennsylvania pardons process and all that, life beyond incarceration, and it was lit. So definitely check that out. But let's get right into it. That's how we do it here. Yeah. So also a reminder, if you are feeling what my channel is all about, because keeping it, just keeping it real with y'all. Straight, no chasers. How you doing? Okay. But yeah, it's all love here. At the end of the day, I'll tell you what. It's always love. That much I know. So if you have seen, I've been posting a particular hashtag. I've been posting a particular hashtag, right? It's hashtag COATBWNAFWW. And so I know people are like, what's going on there? What is that? For those of you who may or may not know, drum roll. I know I'm not a drummer, so don't make fun of me. Drum roll is it is the book. It's a quick, tiny publication that I've been working on. I'm so excited. It is official. It's officially out on Kindle. So yeah, you can totally go cop that because it's definitely you will want to if you are a young professional. No, if you're a professional, period. Especially if you're a professional who happens to be in one of those complex intersectionality groups, fam. Definitely check it out, okay? Or just if you're somebody navigating raggedy, I'm be honest, raggedy, professional experiences, like experiences in the so-called professional spaces, which I know I keep calling them so-called professional spaces because half the time they're not really that professional. So yeah, and also if you happen to relate to it on the flip side, meaning you relate more to those people who are in the position of power and privilege. And that's actually a lot of people. You may relate to it from two very different perspectives. So, but definitely go check it out. It's titled Confessions of a Tired Black Woman Navigating a Fragile White World. Yes. Winnie Okello. Go check it out. I'll add the link to my bio. Yeah, if you click the link in my bio, it'll take you to my link tree, which will take you to all my other links. But I will definitely make sure to put it on there. The book, where to purchase it. Yeah, please support our sister girl. Support her, because we out here. We're doing the darn thing. I keep saying I'm all about education, awareness, and really at the end of the day, it's about sharing our stories. It is so important to own our narratives. If you want to change the narratives, we first have to own our narratives, right? And be bold in sharing our stories, and be bold in taking the L, but also owning the W's. You know what I mean? And so yeah, so please do check that out. It's on Kindle, Amazon, titled "Confessions of a Tired," TIYAD, tired Black women navigating a fragile white world. Check it out, Winnie O. All right, let me know what you think. Leave a review if you can. I appreciate your support. And share. Let the next person know, because I'm sure you know at least one more person. Yeah, I'm sure you know at least one more person who is going through it. And I really meant it when I say that I see y'all, I feel y'all, because I've been having literally the same conversation. It feels like it's been copy paste to people's various professional experiences. And so for me, it was just like, it was important. It was something that I was like, I have been working on for a hot minute, and I was like, hold up, like, it's not just me, like, this, it's crazy. So yeah, if you picking up what I'm putting down, let the next person know. Like, yeah. So yeah, which to me, it really like resonated when I saw this quote about languishing, right? And let me see if I can pull it up. So languishing, it had, let me see, right? Languishing, this is from the Stuff You Should Care About page. Languishing is a sense of stagnation and emptiness. It feels as if you're muddling through your days, looking at your life through a foggy windshield, and it might be the dominant emotion of 2021. And as I've talked to a lot of people, that feeling seems to be it for way too many people. Especially just like navigating through literally all that 2020 was, from switching to teleworking and not really being able to be around other people, not being able to see your friends and family and loved ones. And then now, as even the strains have gotten more dangerous, now people being forced to go back to these dirty office spaces, shared spaces, and now being forced to perhaps make decisions that they may not necessarily, co-sign with, however you find yourself on with either side of the arguments of decision making, all that stuff. And so for me, it was just like, it was interesting how, as people have have gone back, have returned to the office. I hate the implication of return to work, because last I checked, people have been working, people were working, people are still working and working hard. So it's not a return to work, it's a return to the office. Right? Be correct about that, because those words matter. And so, one second. Got thirsty. But my point is this. It's important to share our stories. And if you happen to be languishing, please, pick up this book. It might help you. You might resonate. It might resonate with you on some level. And so I welcome you to do that. I welcome you. Yeah. So it's my quick plug, okay? Pick up the book, Confessions of a Tired Black Woman Navigating a Fragile White World. It's on Kindle, Amazon, or links in bio. Anywho, hey, Dom. Yeah. And then, so now we're going to go straight into the stupid Texas saga. I know, like, it's like, it never ends. It keeps popping up, and like something new keeps popping up. So when it comes to the Texas saga, specifically here with the SB 8, reproductive health rights infringement, the latest version, of this bill, Texas and the Supreme Court have been having a little back and forth going on here for a hot minute. And so the Department of Justice has recently filed a lawsuit against Texas over this bill. Okay. Many people obviously dubbing it or calling it, referring to it as the abortion bill, but I'm sure there's like more to it. There's more context to it, but like that's how it's common, it refers to the abortion rights or access to abortion for women. And so, the Department of Justice filed a lawsuit. The Supreme Court denied the request on a 5-4 vote. Now, to me, then it really brought back to memory. Remember when I was talking to y'all about when 45 was rushing through candidates, especially literally at the 11th hour, because he appointed 3. He appointed 3 Supreme Court appointees within one term. And people were like, yo, what's this dude doing? Remember that? So, if you recall, I believe Brett Dusty Kavanaugh was on 2018. And then old girl, Amy Coney Barrett, she was the one who was literally sworn in the darkness of the night, literally at the 11th hour, right before he had to, move on out of the White House. And remember, it was at the same time, like, people were like, dude, like, why are you trying to rush this? There are far more urgent matters, such as the stimulus payments that people were hoping to get. Remember that? We will never forget. Never forget. So, Supreme Court denies this request by the Department of Justice. And then, right, here comes, Biden. Biden's like, this is trash. It's like, I don't support this. He slams the Supreme Court's decision to keep the ban in place. And so it's funny, like, somebody was like, Winnie, so what does this mean, right? And I was like, it pretty much means mom and dad, to me, like, the simplest, most practical way to explain it, it's like, the mom and dad are fighting about who wears the pants in the household, pretty much. While the sociopathic firstborn child is literally threatening and torturing the other siblings. That's really what this comes down to. It is mom and dad fighting, okay? The parents are fighting about, like, I'm the one in charge. I have this say. Like, I am the leader. No, I'm not. All right? So they're fighting about who gets to make decisions. And the sociopathic firstborn child is literally terrorizing the rest of the children in the household. And nobody is doing anything about it. So, I see you, Texas. And moreover, it was interesting how this also came around the time Texas was asking the Supreme Court to overturn the Indian Child Welfare Act. Interesting. Let that simmer on that, okay? Texas was also asking the Supreme Court to overturn the Indian Child Welfare Act, which would impact the Native American children, taken into the child welfare system, and how they're placed through that. And so, I mean, to me, I'm like, do we not see how problematic this is? Like, where are we missing the point here, right? So you're sitting here saying, oh, you're trying to, like, they're pushing for really, really, really extreme reproductive health infringements, right, through this bill, and then at the same time trying to remove the, a Child Protection Act that was specifically to allow sovereignty to the Native American children who may happen to find themselves in the system. And so, to me, again, this is a tribal sovereignty issue of infringement, and obviously the same lawyers who work on these big old, oil and gas industries are also the same ones working to overturn this Welfare Act. And so, to me, I'm like, something smells here. Something doesn't smell. Something smells musty. Okay, musty. And obviously, like, to me, I'm like, it is not only the women and children, but also all those connected to them, right? And also, I mean, we've seen the videos lately where literally, like, every other day I see, like, a Black woman, who is being targeted by the child welfare system, and they're literally taking their children away from them, and like, for frivolous reasons or no reason or no justifiable reason at all, only to return them after some complex, convoluted issues. So for me, I was just like, something is off here. Something is off, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. And so, to me, this goes back to who who is voting these people in, right? Because 45 wouldn't have been able to do what he did if he wasn't voted in by the crazies, right? And again, this goes back again as we're talking about women's rights and, fighting for women and equity, all that good stuff. Because we just had White Women's Equality Day the other day. And I was just thinking about this the other day. Remember, like, back when we had the Women's March and stuff like that? I was like, these are the same women who turned around and voted for 45 in all of his problematic ways. These are the same women who continuously, it's not just about one individual. It's not just about 45. It's about folks who continually vote against our own best interest. And that is something we really need to address more pointedly. So yeah, this is a reminder also while we're talking about elections. The general elections for those municipalities that are participating, those are right around the corner. November is almost here. I know there's like another month after September, but November is right around the corner. So please verify your registration status, even if you do have prior convictions. Okay, if you've served time, please. I know that's the other thing that we definitely talked about today on the Let's Harp About It, is for folks who may have run into the legal system. People sometimes think they're not eligible to vote or participate in the voting process. Please confirm that. Please check with your local, with your state regulations and see if you are still actually eligible to vote, because you actually might be. So yeah. Check on that. And so, yeah, as I was saying, Let's Harp About It. Let's Harp About It is the live stream on the HARP, the Harassment and Assault Reporting Platform, channel on Facebook. So it's usually on Facebook Live, yay, and it's reposted on the IG as well as the YouTube page and Twitter. You can't miss us. Okay, this HARP is social media handle at HARPNOWORG. That's HARPNOW.org. And so today, fam, of course I couldn't leave without reminding y'all this, fam. Okay, please go check it out, because it was lit. It was lit. It was informative. It was educational, and it was just it was good people. It was good people. I had an amazing guest today. All right, I had the secretary of the Board of Pardons, the one and only Brandon Flood. He is our local, one of our local faves, and he was dropping gems, and really just I appreciate the fact that he was able to share a bit more about his journey to the work that he does now for the community and the community around the community and around the state. And it is important for us to continue to create spaces where we can tell our stories and speak them more boldly. It is so important for us to be able to tell our stories in our own words, from our own perspectives, and owning what that looks and feels like. Because to me, that's important. It is so important for us to do that. So today for Let's Harp About It, as I mentioned earlier, I believe I did mention, we were talking about the Pennsylvania pardons process and life beyond incarceration, and what that looks like, how to navigate that process, and understanding that as I was doing my homework, preparing for our chat today, data, I believe from, what is it? Department of Justice or Bureau of Statistics, the Justice Department statistics showed that combined federal and state incarceration rates have shown a slight drop of only 3% decrease in the last 24 years. 3%, and that was between, I believe, 2018 and 2019, and so. As usual, we know the typical culprits. There are certain states that still have the highest incarcerations. Our usual culprits, right? The Texas, the Louisianas, the Arkansas. And obviously, who can never miss that? Florida. What, and I'm like, you see a pattern here? Do you see the pattern? Can't miss it, fam. And so to me, it was one of those things where it was nice to kind of recognize this need for humanizing the process, humanizing, or rather rehumanizing those who happen to find themselves in the judicial system, especially on the less favorable side of the judicial system, because, you know, folks sometimes enter it via the school to prison pipeline, right? As we see that Black and brown boys tend to be policed more heavily. We see more police presence even in our schooling system, the places where it's supposed to be for their education, for their safety. You know, they feel unsafe. They still feel targeted, and understanding that there are certain demographics that perhaps don't have the best relations with armed law enforcement, because it goes to interactions beyond just what happens on the campuses. And that's the reality a lot of people don't get. And so, you know, if you happen to live in an environment that puts you at a higher risk factors, that's what we're talking about, to, you know, find it to be, to kind of set you up in the lane to find yourself in, whether it's a juvenile detention facility or some sort of boot camp, it increases the likelihood that folks will enter the adult incarceration system. So, you know, and now in recent years, we've seen the trends actually increasing more when it comes to the female representation for female incarceration and female juvenile you know, detention systems. So it was definitely it was a timely, much needed conversation, and I'm so glad that, you know, he was willing to share his time and his expertise, and just, you know, really, like, it was good to chop it up with him, because like he dropped some like necessary information, and like, please just go check it out. That's all I'm going to say. Go check it out. It was a good conversation. You know, just good people. So yeah. I mean, that's all there is to it. Like I said, I do my best to keep these fairly short, and I really have been enjoying these Vuta Stool Saturdays. And I mean, if you have other topics that you would like for me to cover, or if you have questions, drop them in the comments. If you are picking up what I'm putting down, if you love it, I see some hot fire flames up in here. Thank you, comments. I see y'all. And yeah, and so again, a quick reminder, if you didn't know, now you know, go check out my latest, actually it's my first publication. So go check it out on Kindle. It's on Amazon. First book publication. So go check it out on Kindle, Amazon. Book title: Confessions of a Tired, Tiyad, Tired Black Women Navigating a Fragile White World. The hashtag is the acronym. Can't miss it. Okay. So if you'd like a special coupon code, make sure you share it on your page and come back and, you know, drop a little, like, a brown heart emoji plus the hashtag, right, on the video, and I'll send you a coupon code. So yeah, so link is in my IG bio. If you have any questions, let's connect. So, you know, like, share, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff across the platforms. And I look forward to catching up with you guys on the next Vuta Stool Saturday. Ciao, family. Yeah.